All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to round 11 of Valhalla Motor Racing Formula One Division 1 League. Sorry for the slight delay. We'll be getting started with qualifying shortly. There we go. And we are ready to begin. Who's going to be the first one out? That is the question. We have currently 13 drivers. 14th should be joining soon. Oh, and it looks like we've a Red Bull. Alex Johnson's coming out of the pits first, leading the charge. Oh, and a Haas is coming out right ahead of him, just squeezing him a little there in the pit lane. We're riding along with Alex Johnson here. First on the pit, giving some room to that Haas there. Haas of Saints. We're yellow in sector 2 as some cars try to go slow to create some gaps between them. Saints seems like they'll be the first one starting their lap. Plenty of room ahead of them. They'll just have to watch for people exiting the pit lane. Alex Johnson's going to be the third one. Behind Jacob Got Passion, it looks like, yep. We have quite a few cars currently exiting the pits to go on their outlap. Gonna need to create some room there. It's gonna be tough for them. Gonna ride along with Saints here. They're approaching the wide right-hander here before the tight final two corners, and they'll start their lap. Yellow in sector 3 as cars try and gain some space between them. Over the Mercedes of Jacob Got Passion, or sorry, the Aston Martin of Jacob Got Passion close behind, followed by Alex Johnson. And Sainz is going to be starting his first outlap. We only have two drivers left in the pits. Satellite and Jippy with AlphaTauri and Red Bull. Seems to be going well with Saints so far. Clean first sector there, heading up the hill. Ooh, and that's a yellow as Alex Johnson goes off. Alex Johnson went off in the S's, causing a yellow in sector 2. Don't know what happened there. We're going to be back with Saints now, seeing what time he can do. Oh, yellow in sector 1, 2, and 3. There's a car buildup heading into sector 3. They're going to have to concede to the faster cars. Saints as he's on a hot lap, and they're all on outlaps. Let's see if they're going to be going fast enough to be able to stay ahead of him, or if they're going to have to concede. One car goes off for Saints. Alex Johnson seems to be back up to speed, which is perfect for him and Red Bull. And Saints is going the line, didn't keep it very clean there. And a 131.5 is the time the other drivers are going to beat. Jacob Got Passion comes in with a 132.7. over a second off of Saints, who's on for Cost now for provisional pole with a 1:31.3, 2/10 up from Saints' lap time. So right along with Hugo here, approaching the end of his lap with currently on a 1:20. Final 2 corners to go. Let's see what they can do. Where are they going to be able to place that AlphaTauri on their first lap? Race the line now. They got, I think, that an invalidated lap time. Blenzo with a 1:33.1, and then Juan with a 1:33.4. Some interesting first lap times here. Try to ride along with someone else here. Nixon Alfa Romeo trying to set his lap time here. Let's see what he can do on his race to the line. Seems behind Twinsicle in the Ferrari. What lap time can either of those two do? Can they make a difference in the front row? Twinsicle gets a 1:33.2 with Nicky's invalidated lap time, it looks like. Tactical set a 1:34.9. Almost a second behind 6th. Blenzo, they might be on an in lap. Don't have anyone behind to worry about. Is Hugo still on an out lap? Let's see. Let's see if he can set better time this time or time at all. See what he can do. Currently on a 1:28.7, it looked like. Oh, one little loose there. What time is he going to be able to set? A 1:32.2 puts him third on the grid so far on his second lap. Lenzo on his second lap. Oh, that is not a good lap time for him. A 1:40, 7 seconds up on his last lap. Let's see what Twinsicle looks to be on an in lap after his lap time, which was a 1:33.2. Let's take a look at Cosmic here. Trent says first lap time of the race. See what he can do. Give me 1 second here. Quick. Sorry about that. Windscale is behind a Ferrari, I believe that to be. Let's hope they don't get in his way and then mess up his lap time. Could be an issue there. As a race line for Cosmic, what time is he going to be able to set? He sets a 1:32.6. Good enough so far for 4th on the grid. Oh, and that is Blenzo going off there. I think he tried pushing a little too hard, had a little spin there. It was not good for him or improving his lap time. Let's take a ride along with Jippy, who's starting his first lap of the race. Let's see what or first lap of qualifying, sorry. Let's see what he can do. He's approaching the famous S's here. Ooh, keeps it nice and clean there. That was a good section by him. He went purple in Sector 1. Tactical just retired from the session after completing, I think that was 1 lap. So far he sits 10th on the grid. Satellite has also dropped from the session, not even completing a single working lap. Jippy or Jipe, don't know how to pronounce that name, could be on for a good lap here. He had a purple Sector 1. And it looks like Tactical ended up going off and the S's there before he retired. George Whitehouse set the second fastest time so far with a 1:31.5. Goes purple in Sector 2. Let's see if we can improve on it going into Sector 3 here. I'm going to go on board with him. See what we can do. See if we can keep it nice and clean here. See where he is able to put this Red Bull so far with 8. Oh! Oh! What? Yeah, I'm the new commentator, first down the job, Jazzy Jacko. Tacticals left this session. Jippy went in after getting purple in 2 sections. Jacob got past to set the new fast lap of qualifying with a 1:31.1. We're currently alongside with Cos, seeing if he can beat that time. Got purple in Sector 2, on in Sector 3. Let's see what he can do. So who am I? You might be asking. I'm Jazzy Jacko. Was in the service since the beginning. Used to be AlphaTauri team principal. Now current FIA member trying out commentating. Toss is having a race at the finish line. Gets that back wing open. What time can he set? 1:31.2. Still not quick enough. Still a 10th off of pole. And behind him, George Whitehouse is a 3/10 off of the front row so far. Tactical has rejoined the session. Hopefully resolve any issues he had. Let's see what Saints can do. The first driver we watched, the first driver out, currently sitting 4th with a 1:31.5. Let's see what time of lap time they can set here. Like 2 drivers on some good laps. Getting past. Jacob got past in there cleanly. And is that an overtake by, I don't even know who that was. Cost seems to just overtaken Saints during qualifying. A nice clean overtake. Saints might be on his in lap. I'm not too sure. He did seem to get out of the way of Koss, even though Koss was on his in lap, I would believe. Let's see what we can do. Jippy, let's watch him again. He went purple in the first 2 sectors before conceding and going into pit. Could have been on for provisional pole with that lap. Taking it nice and slow, making sure not to push too hard, not to damage the car or anything. He currently sits 15th on the grid with the 0 lap set. Alex Johnson and Wata Patowski also have no lap set while still being in the session. Satellite left the session with 0 lap set as well. Alex Johnson, the other Red Bulls, also on his outlap. Let's see if what either of those Red Bulls can do. Can they make an impact in any of those rows? Going yellow in Sector 3 with the car stopped on track. Seems to have been a spin there by Nicky's. It seems to rejoin the track safely. Looks to be clean in front of Jip. No, never mind. There's still 1 car in front of him. It should not be an issue. That car is also on its hot lap. Let's see what the Red Bulls can do here with Alex Johnson approaching Sector 3. Let's see what either of them can do here. We have a Mercedes going in on them for mediums. It's an interesting play there. Alex Johnson is in the pits, didn't even try to set his lap time there. Could be a bad session for the Red Bulls if they're not able to set good times. Nicky moves out of the way for Jip. Hope I'm saying these names right. Let's see what he can do. He's currently 3 seconds in. Let's see what he can do here. To get her a tiny bit logging up there. Purple in Sector 2. Don't know what Sector 1 was. He could be on for a front row start here if he keeps up this pace. Alfa Romeo behind him, giving him some room. Believe that Alfa Romeo's on their in lap. Not too sure though. Jippy is Yippy? Okay, I mean, Jippy. Got it. Alright, Jippy is not pitting this time after saying good lap. Let's see what time he can set. Gets DRS and it's a race to the finish line. He gets provisional pole with a 1:31.0. Good lap there, a 10th up. Or 10th, yeah. A 10th away from second place. Jacob got passion. Great lap from him. See if any other drivers are able to come close to that. Good amount of drivers either in the pits or on their out lap. Let's see what Twins goes up to. Twinsco seems to be on a hot lap. Let's see what time they can set flying around those corners there. One more corner Mercedes to go. Let's see what time he's able to get. Twinsco with a 1:32.7. Only good for 9th on the grid. Not the drive that he would be wanting with his teammate up in 4th. Let's go along with Alex Johnson here. See if he's able to take a good lap for Red Bull. Yeah, Nelly, his first lap, he had 2 purples. Like, the guy's fast. I'll give that to Jippy. The guy's fast. And Alex Johnson is another fast driver in a Red Bull. Let's see if he's able to set a good lap. Right. He's currently on his out lap. Should be going for a hot lap soon. 1:25 in qualifying left. Currently have 3 drivers out of qualifying. And there's Alex Johnson conceding to Ferrari, letting him go past. At this point, this can be anyone's game. A lot of 3 contenders for pole, it looks like. Haas sets a new fastest with a 1:30.9, breaking the 1:31 barrier. Jacob got passion, retired from the session with a 1:31.2. Hopefully should be good enough for 3rd unless someone can knock him down from there. Alex Johnson's going for his first hot lap of the race, or the qualifying, sorry. Let's see what he's able to do with that Red Bull. Could this possibly be a Red Bull 1-3? Or could Alex Johnson mess it up? Yellow in sector. Oh, Blenzo, 5-place grid penalty for collision with Cosmic. Cosmic disqualified from session for going the wrong way. That is not what McLaren would want to see from their drivers. As well as Aston Martin having the driver get a collision and then disqualified. Not a good day to be an Aston Martin fan. Let's see what Alex Johnson's able to do with this Red Bull. Currently yellow in sector 3. Alex Johnson sets a purple second. Alex Johnson sets a purple sector 2. To race to the finish line now. Race to finish sector 3. Let's see what he can do. Keeps it nice and clean through the wide right-hander. To race to the finish line now. What is he going to be able to do? He gets that back wing open. Yellow in sector 3. What is that lap time? He gets 3rd place. So it looked like Haas in first, followed by Jippy and Alex Johnson. Good day to be Mercedes or especially a Red Bull fan. So we have Haas, Jippy, Alex Johnson, Jacob Got Passion, George Whitehouse, Saints, Hugo, Blends, Twinsicle, Watapowski, and that concludes our top 5. Blends was a 5-place grid penalty. In 11th, we've Juan Miguel, Nikes, Tactical, Satellite, and Cosmic. Not a good day to be an Alfa Romeo fan with the 12th and 13th. The two Mercedes are in 11th and 1st. Big split between those two. Aston Martin has a car on the last place of the grid with a disqualification. And now let's see what we can do in the race. And on to the race we go. Could be an interesting race, 25%. It's going to be interesting to see what we can do. Waiting for players and the race will be underway. Starts in 30 seconds. Who do you guys see being in contention for first place this race? Could be anyone's game at this point. It's 5 seconds until we will start the flat till we will start. All right. We're starting the formation lap. Let's see what these drivers can do. Check and predicting an easy win for George Whitehouse, starting 5th in the Ferrari. It's going to be interesting. Current drivers are on the formation lap going through the S's. It's only a good day to be a Red Bull fan today. Predicted pit stops are mainly looking to be 2 stoppers, from soft to medium, or from soft to medium to medium. It's going to be an interesting race. Strategy could determine it all. You never know. See some big gaps in the field there, not keeping a nice and clean formation lap. Cosmic does not seem to have a helmet on. Interesting choice from Aston Martin there. Hopefully it's just a visual glitch. Satellite, I don't think that a single lap at all by them, and they still aren't last on the grid. They're placed 14th ahead of Cosmic, who got disqualification. But let's see. Should be reforming the grid now. We could see an easy Red Bull 1-2 today. Or not 1-2, but a double Red Bull podium. Aerodynamics update? Yeah, I mean, I guess the helmet would take up some aerodynamics. Might be a bit harder to see without it, though. Alright, the last drivers are approaching the grid now and just lining up. Lights out, 5 lights on. Next with a drive-through penalty for jump start. Lights out and away we go. Hang up to watch the front there. Oh, and Jippy and Alex Johnson take the lead. Koss does not keep it clean there. Red Bull currently have a 1-2. Koss is down to 4th from 1st. Jacob got past and goes up into 3rd. Through the S's we go now. Red Bulls seem to be keeping it clean with their domination in front. Everyone seemed to keep it clean there except for Nicky's, who's a drive-through penalty and has fallen 4 places. Not a good day at all to be an Alfa Romeo fan. Down we go here. Everything seems to be keeping it clear. Blends has been up 3 places so far in this race. Jake got Passion and Koss fighting for that 3rd position there. We could see some action going into Sector 3 here. Alex Johnson has taken 1st in this race. Let's ride along with Jacob Passion here, defending from Koss. Saleh has left this session. Not a good day to be an AlphaTauri fan. Except let's see what happens with that. Jippy has stayed in 2nd since the beginning, except for a little switch with Alex Johnson, who is now in 1st. Alex Johnson sets a fast lap in the 1:35.5. Saleh seems to be having internet issues as to why they left. Except Nicky's can still not be able to get past him. We don't know what's going to happen there. Let's ride along with Blends quickly and watch them see about their tremendous drive from, I believe that would have been like 13th up into 9th, 4 places up. Everyone seems to be going through those S's pretty well. Let's check how the front is doing. Alex Johnson still maintaining his lead with 5/10 on his teammate Jippy, followed by Jacob got Passion, Koss, and George Whitehouse. Most of the midfield from 5th to 8th have not lost or gained positions at all. Predicted pit stop strategy again is a 2-stop from soft to soft to medium, or from soft to hard. It's going to be a tough call there. Saleh's back in the session. Hopefully they can make a difference. Nix is within a 10th of them side by side. He goes for around the outside. Is he able to make the move stick? And he does. Awesome move by Alfa Romeo Nix there. He still has to serve that drive-through penalty though. Unless they might contest it, but he'd still get a penalty from the game. Don't know what's going to happen with that. So we're having some issues here, so let's just try. There we go. DRS has now been enabled this lap. Everyone seems to be keeping it a nice and good race. Nix goes in to serve as drive-through penalty here. It's not a good day for being an Alfa Romeo fan after he just got up into 14th. He's going to be quite behind the rest of the field. Jippy and Jacob got Passion to both be gaining time here. He's going to be catching up to the race leader, Alex Johnson. Wonder if Red Bull is going to allow their 2 drivers to race, or are they going to tell them to hold position? Have Jippy defend against Jacob while Alex Johnson tries to get a lead. Nix comes out of the pits with a 15-second gap to 14th position. Some switching in the midfield there. Blends is moving up into 8th now. Tremendous start from them, and we are yellow in Sector 2, with Nix just not wanting to continue the race and DNFing. Virtual safety car is in effect. They should bunch up the field nicely for the restart, which will be taken by Alex Johnson. The top 10 are Alex Johnson, Jippy, Jacob, Koss, George Whitehouse, Saints, Hugo, Watapakowski, I still don't know how to pronounce that name. Blends is down to 9th, followed by Tactical. Not a good day to be an Alfa Romeo fan. Barely in the points with 1 driver already DNF'd. Seems to be a gap forming behind Hugo and Alfa Romeo. Between Hugo and Wada, it's up to a 4.2 second gap. Hope he can close that before the end of the virtual safety car. It's going to be a tough drive for him to catch up to the rest of the field. Yeah, Aston Martin seems to be having a good day for Jacob Got Passion, but I don't know about Val. They are up 2 positions from 15th, but they're still out of the points in 13th place. DRS has been enabled as the virtual safety car is ending. Alex Johnson pulls away well and gains a 0.45 gap to his teammate Jippy, who's actually now gaining with DRS as well as Jacob Got Passion. They could be fighting down to this turn here. Oh, and that was a spin by Koss, who's down in the 7th. Not a good day for Mercedes at all. Jippy almost loses it there, fighting against Jacob Got Passion. He's trying to get past the Red Bull driver up in the second hoot so he can move on to Alex Johnson. Don't know what happened with Koss, who had a chance to fight for the podium today, but is now down to 7th, which will make it a much harder drive for him. Jippy is getting past Alex Johnson, who just lets him on by, and then he's going to defend against Jacob Got Passion, who are going 3 wide into the first turn. Alex Johnson barely keeps ahead there around the outside of Jacob Got Passion. Jippy is now in first, Alex Johnson second, Jacob Got Passion third. Koss is down in 7th still. Blenzo, who's having a tremendous drive, is still in 9th. Doesn't seem to be able to get past the Alpine ahead of him with 3-second gap forming. George Whitehouse has been gaining on Jacob Got Passion. Let's see what he can do from there. Rewind the chicane there. Jippy has to go wide. George Whitehouse, Alex Johnson, Jippy, and Jacob Got Passion are all fighting for position. Jacob Got Passion up in the first. Alex Johnson in second. George Whitehouse into third, fighting for first. Oh, and there's a little bit of contact there between the three. George Whitehouse not able to keep it clean. Bit of contact there. Jacob Got Passion followed by George Whitehouse, Jippy, Alex Johnson, Koss, who's now up in the 5th. It's a great fight for the podium positions here. Might be an investigation later into that collision there. We never know. Didn't have a good look at it there, but Jacob Got Passion seems to be pulling away. Except sadly, I have to leave and no longer be your commentator. I'll be leaving the race on Jacob Got Passion first with a cinematic camera. So sorry for this inconvenience. The stream will stay up though.
Good evening. So, unfortunately, Jacko has had to leave, but I will be resuming as your commentator for the time being. My name is Ben. I am the race director and the director of race operations for Valhalla. So, as you've seen, it's been an interesting race. We've already had one virtual safety car, and we have had a few lead changes. So, I'll bring you through the grid for now. We have Jacob got Passion in first after a double overtake on the Red Bulls, followed by Jippy and George Whitehouse, who had a little bit of a tussle in lap 6. Sorry, we've got Alex Johnson, who's moved down into 14th after a pit stop, likely caused by damage. As we see Jippy and George going for the move down into the start of sector 3. So winners and losers so far, it looks like we've got Aston Martin, who have been the big winners of this event so far. We've got Cosmic in 10th and Jacob got Passion in first. So that's a combined 26 points for the Aston Martin team, which will be greatly beneficial to their constructors' hopes. And then we have a few new-ish people. We have Waspowski, Blends, Hugo, who have joined us in the last few races, and they are definitely leaving their mark on the league. They're doing some very good drives for the caliber of this division. As everyone knows, this is Division 1, so it is quite a competitive league. Unfortunately, we don't have all 20 drivers with us today, and that's due to because some of them are busy and some of them are ill, and also because we are filling up the final couple of slots for Division 1. We do currently have 2 other divisions racing, Division 2 and Division 3, and they are for the drivers who the team principals have chosen to race in those divisions. As we see, Watapowski get a 3-second time penalty. But Division 2 and Division 3 are 90 AI and 80 AI in terms of skill level. And we recommend that if you are interested in applying to be a driver, you go ahead and do so we can get you in for the next race, which is the Mexican Grand Prix. Now, looking forward to the Mexican Grand Prix, we do see that there's going to be quite a few transfer changes coming up. We have a lot of drivers and a lot of engineers who have contracts ending at the Mexican Grand Prix, so it'd be nice to see what comes out of the Mexican Grand Prix. As we see Jacob get a slight moment there, like getting a 3-second time penalty. It's quite a tough track for some of these drivers. Requires a lot of concentration. It's very much a driver skill track. It's not one that drivers can easily just drive their way around. They need to properly focus, especially with Jacob having a lot of pressure, having a Red Bull and a Ferrari, arguably among the top 3 to 4 fastest drivers in the league at the moment, chasing him down. It's going to be an interesting battle as we see how it develops into the pit stop windows, which are coming in very soon. So looking at our pole sitter, Kos Silvi, he is sitting in 13th after a spin during some attempted overtakes. And Alex Johnson, who's sitting behind him, 9 seconds behind him to be precise. As we see Kos, as we were just talking about, set the fastest lap. Kos is one of our fastest drivers in our league. And he has a couple of wins under his belt. And I'm sure he wants many more, as Alex and Kos are both in a very fierce title battle. So some facts about this Grand Prix, as we see Jippy go for the move on Jacob and taking it actually into the start of Sector 3. That was a brilliant move by Jippy there. The pressure must have got to Jacob as he now goes on the prowl and whilst defending from George Whitehouse at the same time. This could develop into quite the battle. So, some facts about the US Grand Prix. So the United States Grand Prix was first established in 1900 and around the Indianapolis 500 track. And then this track came into view in the recent few years as Circuit of the Americas, with its first race in November 2012. This circuit is 5.515 kilometers and has seen Lewis Hamilton in real life win 5 out of the 8 races. And we have a safety car as Cosmic retires. That's going to be a big crash, Cosmic. Let's hope he's okay. Let's hope his force feedback has not killed his hands. because the force feedback these days is quite strong on some of these cars. But yeah, we have a safety car which is going to bunch up the field and going to really play into the strategy of some teams. As you see, Satellite pitting 4 tyres, benefiting of the pits, as the speed differential is so much lower that you can actually gain some time in the pits with having basically a half pit stop. Yeah, so Alex, he had a little bit of a spin, I believe, and got some damage, which caused him to have to go into the pits. So as the drivers make their way around the track after the safety car has started, we see a few drivers coming into the pits. This is Jacob, George, and Hugo. GP has already pitted, and it'll be interesting to see where they form into to go and restart the race in a couple of laps. As we see Jacob teleport away, Codemasters at its best as always. Be interesting to see where he ends up. Oh, he's perfectly fine. Looks like he's got a fresh set of mediums on. So the order as we have it, we have Jacob, George, Jippy, Hugo, Saint, Swarovski, Blends, Tactical, Koss, and Satellite running up the top 10. So that means that the most beneficiary, the driver with the most benefits from that safety car was Jacob, who has got himself back at first. And you can see that all bar 3, Twinscool, Alex, and Juan Miguel, we see that everyone is behind the safety car. I do believe that the safety car will either come in this lap or it may come in next lap. I believe it's this lap though, as all the cars are now bunched together and ready to restart the race. Alex Johnson has not actually capitalised on the safety car, where I thought he would, but he must have gone in for a new set of tyres. So he is unfortunately still stuck at the back of the grid trying to get past the other drivers to get into the points and get some points for his team. Alex Johnson recently came off a win in the last race at Canada, taking Koss on the line through penalties. Koss had a 3-second penalty and Alex had none. So Koss won it on track, but Alex won it with the stewards. And that is where it stands. So we do have at the moment the safety car actually out for another lap. So we'll be waiting one more lap for the safety car restart, and we'll be restarting on lap 13. So before we restart the race, a quick view on the standings. We have Koss leading the Drivers' Championship with 103 points, trailed by George Whitehouse, who's on 101. And then Alex Johnson, who's down in 12th at the moment. He is third in the championship with 98 points, the top 3 being separated by only 6 points. So it's a very, very tight battle at the top as we approach the last quarter of this inaugural season of Valhalla Motorsports. Now, looking at the standings after a very successful short run from Haas before the drivers inevitably left a couple of races ago, Haas leads the Drivers' Championship with 209 points to their name, followed by Mercedes with 162, close followed by Ferrari with 159, and then Alpine and Red Bull are fighting out for fourth at the moment. Currently sitting at the bottom of our table, we have Williams and AlphaTauri, who are fighting it out with 26 and 27 points respectively. As we hear from race control, that the safety car will be in this lap. McLaren and Alfa Romeo are sitting in 7th and 8th, and they have 50 points to Alfa Romeo and 37 to McLaren. McLaren has not had the best season all year, but they are beginning to make footsteps forward, as we see with Benzo in 7th place. Aston Martin is sitting in the middle with 60 points, quite far away from the top 5, with Red Bull being 5th and 137. They're looking to get some points to bring themselves back up into the championship. But is it too late for them to get their constructors, or will Jacob be a brand new hope for them? As we see Jacob backing up the pack now, as he's getting ready to go, and I believe he is off. Yes, he is off. And we are racing again at the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. We have a spin and we have a crash between the Haas, and I believe that was a Mercedes as well. That didn't look too bad. I don't think we'll be seeing the safety car, but that definitely caused some issues. As you see, Blenzer get a 5-second time penalty for annoying yellow flag rules. That will be interesting to see. Alex Johnson has moved up to 9th and all of that. Hugo getting a 3-second time penalty for warnings. Very eventful restart here. Yeah, so Alex Johnson capitalising on that incident at the back of the field, moving from 12th to 9th, which will be a great gain for him. Cost is a great recovery drive as well, moving up to P6 from back where he was in P15. So we're very happy with that, and he might even be pushing for a podium if he can get to the right places. There is quite a gap forming between 4th, 5th, and 6th places. We see Twinschool getting another 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit violations. Well, and unfortunately, we have lost our screen. I'm very sorry about this. Unfortunately, the person who is running the stream has obviously got a disconnected controller. There's not much I can do about that. I am very, very sorry. Until we can get that fixed, we will be leaving the stream alone. You guys can still try to watch, and I'll keep you updated on the scores as and when I can. Hey everyone. So unfortunately, our commentator is AFK through no fault of his own, um, and he is unable to obviously reconnect his controller. So at the moment, we are just waiting for him to return, and there will be an update when he does return. I'm very sorry for this, but thank you all for watching so far, and we'll try and get the issue resolved as soon as possible. I'll stick in here for a couple of minutes to answer any of your questions. Good evening again, everyone. Sorry we couldn't get the stream restarted for you. Thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you next week in Mexico. Au revoir. Hello.
Yo, what's up, boys?
I became commentator for a bit.